Greetings, pretty honeys. This is a Petty Pretty Honeys segment. This will be a spinoff of the Comment Foolery Exposed segment from Exotical United. Shout out to her. This video is going to address the comments on Lexus Exodus's channel, her rant on mutt articles, as she's calling us. So I just want to address the first comment that I saw here. It's the pinned comment on her video, and she wants to address a few things, saying that she's not deleting comments. The YouTube algorithm is deleting them because they censor inappropriate things. And then she says, but you mutt articles should be happy that I didn't see your comments, because you would have, quote unquote, gotten dragged just like your weirdo leader did in this video. Okay, end quote. And she says, y'all don't check her for calling black women all these names. I'm not going to repeat them, even though Exotical United has never called black women any of these terms. Then she says, so don't come over here trying to police my language. I will speak how I please to you multicultural, I quote, this is what she's calling Exotical. She said, you multicultural, see you next Tuesdays. And I know the skin bleaching has seeped into your brains and you won't get the last reference, so Google it, mutt, with an exclamation point. All right. Whoa. So, clearly, she's got her panties in a bunch. She's very upset at Exoticals, to where she wants to call us see you next Tuesdays. Anyway, I just thought it was interesting because she is super angry and she is able to call us out of our name and call us derogatory terms. But if Exoticals said anything derogatory about them, then they would be super, super angry. And since we haven't, they're just lying and saying that we are, calling them names like that, which we're not. Everybody that I've listened to in the Exotical space has spoken about their individual experiences. And if they're talking about somebody, they're talking about that person. They're not just saying all of the people, from this, phenotype are like. Anyway, then another comment here, the person says, what's crazy is that the YouTuber you're talking about doesn't realize that her argument isn't based on logical, I guess they meant to say logic, but simply a reaction to some random people saying mean things about light-skinned women. They're basically entitled and felt the need to throw a tantrum online. Then Lexus Exodus responds with, they've been picked on by a black girl once in kindergarten and are 30 years old still crying about it. Okay. That in itself, I know, is deflection, like throwing rocks and hiding hands, because they admit that some random people said mean things about light-skinned women. So they're admitting that people are on the internet saying mean things to us, right? They're saying it now because the internet, people were not doing social media when we were in kindergarten. If we're 30 years old, okay, that would mean, and we're in kindergarten, like we're 5, that means 25 years ago, nobody was on social media. So for them to say that what we're talking about happened 25 years ago is disingenuous. But that's what her response is to the person who admits that people are online saying mean things about light-skinned women. So we're not supposed to say nothing back. That's what this is about. When we were just allowing them to talk shit about us and not say nothing, they wasn't crashing out. But now that the Exoticals have decided to speak up about the mean things that are said to us and the mean things that are done to us, because let's be honest, tons of us have experiences about things that have been done to us in real life. In some situations, life-threatening and life-altering violence endured at the hands of the black community because we are light-skinned. Now that we're speaking up about it, they are calling us entitled and throwing tantrums is what they want to call it. Okay. Well, apparently it's enough to cause them to make videos about us. So I say, light-skinned women, keep throwing your tantrums. Next was a comment about then saying black women raise better biracial children. Seriously? Where is the statistical data for that? Do we have any statistical data for that? No, because black women don't actually have biracial children at very high numbers like that, right? That's why y'all have a divestment movement. I'm gonna leave that alone. Next, she actually ends up backtracking on that comment about black women raising better children because she has to speak about American issues. Okay, so let's look at this comment where she backpedals about black women's parenting abilities. Anyway, this person basically throws Americans under the bus and saying that, like, we don't have any spiritual consciousness about ourselves and it's going to cost America everything and that's not good for this country, and you all need to realize that spirituality is the most important thing to survive. So you all, not we. That's why I said, anyway. Then Lexus Exodus agrees with this. I think you're right. I've noticed my black woman friends from other parts of the world walk around like they the shit, head high, and you can't tell them nothing. American black women sometimes struggle with being affirmed in our identities and owning it. Notice she says our, so she considers herself an American. She doesn't say, oh, they, like this other person, right? Now, this is what I mean by my channel promoting American privilege for Solani women, for Solani exoticals. I'm not finna sit up here and say that black women from other parts of the world is better than us. I'm not saying that I think I'm better than them or that American black women are better than them. But what I am saying is I'm not gonna sit up here and denigrate my own people just to like co-sign with some random ass person in my comment section on my channel. Like the fuck I look like. Where is her self-esteem? It's in the garbage. And then she literally says it. Black American women sometimes struggle with being affirmed in our identities and owning it. Okay, who is supposed to affirm black women's identities? Your identity gets created and affirmed when you are a child, correct? So who is around little black girls when they are children? Their black mothers? Oh, okay. But she just said in the other comment that black women raise better children. Or better biracial children, whatever. Better children, right? Okay, so is it that black women can only raise better biracial children, but they can't raise little black girls up to become black women who are affirmed in their identity and own it? Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Then we have a person, she's on code, Solani. It amazes me how y'all have so much advice and knowledge for us, but none for your own country or countrymen. A lot of us black American women have spiritual consciousness and connection that we take seriously. Please don't speak on us if you don't know what you're talking about. The minute we speak on y'all ready to jump off a bridge. Damn, leave us the fuck alone. Shout out to her. Steve Urkel, 1997. Shout out to her. Here come Lexus Exodus, fucking caping for these tethers. Hey, Steve, totally understand what you're saying because the diaspora wars can be exhausting. Valid point. However, I don't think this sister meant any harm. And it's probably just speaking about the toll of growing up with so much misogynoir in America has taken a toll on us, often from our own community. So she admits that the misogynoir is coming from other black people. But didn't she just say that black women raise better children? So if black women are raising children that hate black women, what? Like, do they even listen to themselves? She's not even listening to herself. Thank goodness, Steve Urkel, 97, clap back. I hear what you're saying, and I mean this with no disrespect because I respect you as a woman and as a content creator, but I genuinely do not care. I love this woman. Nothing in this video called for her to separate us and speak on us. You said black women, not black American women. Why did she feel the need to single us out? It's annoying and tiring and needs to stop. You can't say we have other enemies when a lot of our enemies, quote unquote, look like us. Boom. This is the reason why the Exotical Honey channel exists. Okay, that other commenter before on Lexus Exodus's page just said, a lot of those women over there in the exotical space, people have said mean comments about light-skinned women, so they feel entitled now to be angry and throw tantrums. You're damn right. I am entitled to my anger. Here's another thing. Here is the misogynoir at its finest. Black women are allowed to be angry. Unambiguous dark-skinned black women are allowed to be angry, and we're not supposed to say anything about it because we know that the angry black woman trope is very detrimental. And so when black women are angry, we are told, don't police their anger. Allow them to be human and express their emotions. How come light-skinned black women don't get to do that in this exotical space? How come we're not allowed to be angry by the people in our communities who have done us wrong and continue to do us wrong? This video is about Lexus Exodus doing us wrong, calling us out of our names, dehumanizing us,
and then talking out of both sides of her neck, saying that she raises, black women raise better children than multicultural. See you next Tuesdays. They raise better children than us. But then simultaneously saying that they have misogynoir in their community, and they don't have, what were her words again? They struggle with being affirmed in their own identity. So their mothers are not affirming them in their identities. Which, again, if you don't know who you are and you don't like yourself, odds are you aren't going to like other women who look like you. That's why the misogynoir exists. Because they hate themselves, so they hate other black women. And us, as multicultural See You Next Tuesdays, we're just black enough that they know because of the proximity, they're able to use this as their emotional punching bags. But not anymore. We're off that now. We're moving on. And again, shout out to Steve Urkel 1997. She stood 10 toes down saying, I respect you, but I genuinely do not care about nothing you're saying. Nothing in Lexus Exodus' video talked about Americans. But you see, these people who hate Americans, and in particular, because they hate Americans, they can punch down on black American women, because of our social status in America. We're an easy target for them to take out their hatred about America on us, right? So this person comes into her comment section and starts talking shit about American black women. This has been allowed to go on for far too long, too. The same way people are allowed to talk shit about MLS women is the same way people are allowed to talk shit about Americans. American black women in particular. Because again, notice, even Lexus Exodus big ups other black women from other nations while simultaneously putting her own culture down. She's saying that she's black American and then she's putting her own culture down. Why would I want to be associated with people like that? I was raised by black people who have pride in who we are. And contrary to this person's belief, we do have a spiritual consciousness. And I was raised to hold my head high. Now, the black community will say, oh, it's because you light-skinned, that you just conceited and entitled. Okay, maybe. But my family raised me to have pride in myself because I'm a black American. They ain't never say nothing to me, have pride because you light-skinned. I ain't never been told that in my life. I've been told to have pride because I'm black American, though. And so to see people on the internet in Lexus Exodus' channel reaffirming the reason why my channel is needed is just icing on the cake. Anyway, I want to know, why is it that these black women empowerment channels are creating content like this and writing comments like this? How is this empowering to anybody? How is it conducive to the empowerment of unambiguous dark-skinned black women? Is it that tearing down MLS women builds them up? Are they social climbing up off of the damage that they're doing to us by emotionally abusing us? Very interesting. Last comment before we go. Someone says, I was waiting for someone to cover this. Paris Milan hasn't returned, and it's been months. I've never seen her do this, and I've been keeping up with her off and on since 2016. Lexus Exodus replies, done let these bum bitches take her off her throne. That shit pissed me off. So, how can anyone take you off your throne? A throne is for a powerful ruler, right? If you are a powerful ruler of your own kingdom, right? Thrones are in kingdoms, right? If you're a powerful ruler in your own kingdom, how can anyone take you off? Isn't that considered like a coup? Or like we are usurping the throne? And then on top of that, she calls us bum bitches. How can a bum bitch take a queen off her throne? Like, how is that possible? I mean, the logic, the math is not mathing. Anyway, I think that's a win for Exoticals. And yes, I'm laughing about this. I'm in my diabolical bag. And so, I am just being, joking about this whole throne things and things like that. There is no leader in any of these black women empowerment spaces. But the fact that that's how Lexus Exodus is putting it, like, oh, like as if Paris Milan was like a leader. And, because there's only space for one person on the throne, what do y'all think? Let me know in the comments. Peace.